Presiding Officer, Senator Judge Escudero. Senate President Gatchalian.
With 16 senator judges present, the chair declares the presence of a quorum. In accordance with the rules of procedure on impeachment trials, the chair now recognizes the duly elected presiding officer to preside over the proceedings of the impeachment court.
Sir, correct lang 17. 17.
To correct, we have 17 senator judges present.
Thank you, Mr. Senate President. If there are no objections, we shall dispense with the reading of the Journal of the Senate sitting as an impeachment court dated August 4, 2026, and shall consider the same as approved. The clerk of court will please call the case before this impeachment court.
Case number 004-2026 in the matter of impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte.
Appearances?
Same appearance for the prosecution, Your Honor.
For the respondent?
Same appearance for the respondent accused. Good morning, Your Honors.
Before the chair continues, the clerk of court, through the OSA, is directed to kindly situate the witness at the witness stand for the continuation of his testimony, Mr. Wamil. Mr. Wamil, I would like to remind you that you will be continuing with your testimony under the same oath that was administered to you the other day. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. When we adjourned the examination of the witness by the counsels for the parties were finished, and we will now proceed with the interjections of the senator judges. This morning and yesterday, we already indicated the sequence of the interjections and questions from the senator judges. First to make his interjections would be Senator Raffy Tulfo. Sir, you are recognized. You have 2 minutes and you may proceed when you're ready.
Your Honor, may I be recognized first?
Yes, what is the pleasure of the Honorable Chua?
Your Honor, may we request the counsel for the prosecution, Attorney Kapunan, be recognized, Your Honor.
The counsel for the panel of prosecutors, Attorney Lorna Kapunan, the designated handling counsel for this witness, may situate herself also accordingly.
Thank you, Your Honor. Same appearance. Good morning.
Good morning, Attorney Lorna. Senator Tulfo, Raffy, you may proceed, sir, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes, sir.
Wag muna, Mr. Presiding Officer, point of order lamang muna to.
Yes, what is your point of order, Honorable Tulfo?
Kasi kahapon, nabanggit na si Attorney Pua, magaling na abogado siya, ay pumunta sa COA, tama, para makipag-usap tungkol dun sa sinasabing audit query. Now, hindi po pa conflict of interest yun para siya ay mag-represent dito ngayon sa natin, pinag-uusapang confidential funds when in fact, siya mismo pumunta doon sa COA office para makipag-usap sa kanila. What do you think, Mr. Presiding Officer?
The respondent in this case, Senator Judge Tulfo, is the Honorable Vice President, Sara Zimmerman Duterte. Attorney Poa, although he served under the office of the Vice President, I believe, and even under DepEd, is not a named respondent to this case. And in fact, is one of the lawyers, as you can see, of the respondent. There is no, I believe there is no conflict with respect to that, given that he is not the one in trial in this case.
Okay, I rest my case, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ngayon, pwede nang
Simulan ni Anika.
yung oras.
Yes.
Mr. Witness, bukod sa OVP at saka DepEd, we're talking about confidential funds, meron pa ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan na in-audit nyo ang kanilang confidential funds?
Based on the GAA po, meron may mga other agencies na may allotment for confidential fund.
Kaya nga, meron kayong mga na-audit.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At dito sa mga ensyang na-audit ninyo, magkapareho bang utilization nila ng confidential funds sa OBP, DepEd under BP Sara and those agencies na in-audit nyo?
Yung utilization naman po ng confidential fund ay separate and distinct for every agency since yung kanilang utilization ay based on their mandate or operations.
Okay. Sila ba'y gumamit ng mga aliases, gumamit ng mga pangalan chichirya, etc.?
Yan
Para
po
sa
ay
kanilang mga informants?
yan po ay hindi ko na ang alam ko po ay hindi ko po ma-determine based on the documents submitted since hindi naman po naka-indicate dun sa kanilang submission na yung mga pangalan na nandun ay aliases or not.
Okay. Noong April 2026, nag-issue kayo ng disallowance sa OBP and its officers para at the same time ipinasusoli nyo yung parte ng confidential funds.
Can you repeat your question po, Your Honor?
I think that was April of 2025. Nag-issue kayo ng pinasusoli nyo ilang parte ng confidential funds ng OBP.
I do not have personal knowledge na po about yan since wala na po ako sa ICFAO noong February 12, 2023 po.
Okay. Anong reason ba't pinasusoli yung parte ng confidential funds na disallowed? What are the reasons?
Wala po akong personal knowledge about dyan since hindi naman po ako yung nag-issue ng disallowance. Since nung na-issue po yung disallowance ay na-transfer na po ako to other agency of the COA.
Okay. I think it was April 10, 2026. So wala na po kayo doon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Sinabi kahapon ni Attorney Poa na binanggit niya ata yung COA circular ng 1992 if I'm not mistaken na hindi dapat banggitin yung pangalan ng mga recipient dahil for reasons of security and national security ng tao, ng recipients and national security. Would it compromise sa tingin po ninyo yung security ng informant kung hihingan nyo sila ng resibo patungkol doon sa mga gamot na natanggap nila mula sa confidential funds?
Katulad nga po nung sinabi ko during my testimony, ang hiningi po namin ay yung proof ng pagbili when it comes to the official receipt and the sales invoice po.
Correct. Alam ba, resibo, bumili ng maintenance or antibiotics, yung ganong klaseng resibo dapat iba ang hinihingi nyo.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pero ang sinasabi nila, yun daw ay magdi-jeopardize ng magkakaroon ng problema sa national security.
Actually, yung minention po nila na circular which is yung 1999 is already repealed na.
Repeal na.
Opo.
Pero just the same, sa tingin niyo ba yung pagbibili ng chichirya o dili kaya pagbili ng shampoo o suka sa sari-sari store, would that jeopardize the national security kapag yan ay binulgar sa inyo, binigyan ka ng sibo?
Hindi po.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Rafi Tulfo. Next to make his interjections would be Senator Bam Aquino. You are recognized, sir. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Attorney, good morning.
Good morning po, Senator.
So, ang common understanding ho kasi ng confidential funds ay secret, pwedeng gamitin sa kung ano-ano, hindi pwedeng ibulgar sa publiko. Hindi po to totoo, no? Meron po talagang rules and regulations sa paggamit ng confidential funds.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Were you already part of the ICFAO in 2015?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So yung pinakitang memo nung 1992 at itong memo na pinag-usapan natin na circa 2015, parang magkaiba siya, no?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Do you know the reason why the rules changed with regard to the usage of confidential funds?
Since yung paggamit po ng confidential fund at intelligence fund ay kailangan ng strict accounting and auditing rules. So, nagkaroon po ng circular para ma-ensure na yung paggamit po ay properly accounted at hindi po magamit for personal use or misuse.
Yan yung laman ng memo. Pero ang tanong ko, do you know why it was changed? Kasi parang lumalabas magkaiba yung paggamit nito. If you look at the 1992 circular, iba sa 2015.
Dun po kasi sa 99 sa yung circular ng 1999, walang differentiation as to the CIF po. Pero dun sa 2015-01 kasi dun na in-specify na dapat yung confidential fund ay gagamitin lang sa ganito for civilian government agencies. Yung intelligence fund ay gagamitin lang ng uniform and military personnel as well as yung mga intelligence practitioners.
Kumbaga, nilinaw nung 2015 circular yung paggamit at pag-liquidate.
Yes po, Your Honor.
And is there a new circular after 2015 or ito pa rin yung ginagamit ninyo?
Yan pa rin po yung ginagamit, Your Honor.
Okay, second question. Anong pinagkaiba ng AR sa OR?
Ang OR po kasi, ini-issue po siya ng mga pinagbilhan na BIR registered. So, yung AR naman po, yun yung ginagamit ng agency para proof na binigay nila yung payment or payment dun sa tao na naka-receive noong payment.
And it seems na mas katanggap-tanggap sa inyo yung OR kesa AR. Is that correct?
Depende po yan, Your Honor. Kapag purchases po kasi, kailangan po talagang OR yung ibigay sa amin kasi doon po namin tinitignan kung yung ginawa, kung nag-purchase po talaga sila.
Kasi official receipt, acknowledgement receipt, sabihin ng tao, pareho namang resibo, parehong receipt. Ano pinagkaiba niya?
Yung acknowledgement receipt po kasi, ina-acknowledge doon nung recipient ng payment na natanggap niya yung payment. Pero yung OR po kasi, parang yun yung proof na nag-purchase si agency doon sa pinagbilhan nung item.
Nung item. So pwede mong matrace. Kung OR, pwede niyong matrace.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kung AR, pwede niyo po ba itong matrace o hindi na?
Pag AR po kasi, kung ano lang po talaga yun nandun sa face nung document, yun lang po yung basis namin since document-based po yung audit namin. Pag AR po kasi, makikita lang po doon kung saan binili.
Okay, yun lang yung information. Tsaka kung sinong tumanggap.
Opo, yung pinagbilan po.
Okay, dito naman sa tumatanggap, no, allowed ba yung code names? Allowed ba yung alias sa inyo?
Based on the provision of the joint circular, it is neither allowed nor prohibited po since silent po yung joint circular as to that.
Is that as of 2015 or even in previous liquidation of confidential funds?
Wala. Based on my recollection po, even yung dating circulars po, buhat nung nag-assume po ako sa ICFA, wala naman pong provision as to the use of aliases.
So bawal ang paggamit ng alias.
The circular is silent po.
Okay. Para sa inyo, kung alias, yung paggamit ng alias ay bawal, so hindi importante kung may ibang tao ito, totoong tao ba to, basta yung pangalan na binigay sa inyo, ang expectation nyo, totoong tao yan.
Based on that, kasi ang katulad nga po ng sinabi ko, document-based po kami, so wala po kaming way to determine if this is an alias or not po.
Oh, but in general, ang tinatanggap yung dokumento, dapat totoong tao.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, next. Did you have any, napag-usapan nyo kahapon yung dealings nyo with OVP nung lumabas na or malapit nang lumabas yung AOM? Previous to that, meron ka bang dealings with OVP?
Wala na po, Your Honor.
So walang kumausap sa inyo, walang nagtanong kung paano to dapat i-liquidate apart from the meeting which included Attorney Poa.
Wala na po akong maalala, Your Honor.
Okay. Last question lang, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Please wind up.
Yung notice, yung AOM, ibig sabihin yan, may chance pa kayong i-correct, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pag notice of disallowance na, may chance pa ba yung i-correct o naniningil na?
Actually, the moment that we issue notice of disallowance, ni-require na po yung accountable officers to restitute po yung amount
And to
involved.
your knowledge, is there a notice of disallowance for the OVP and DepEd funds?
Wala po akong personal knowledge, pero nakita ko po sa news po, so I was made aware na may end din na po yung OVP 2022.
So may notice of disallowance na ang OVP for the 500 million pesos.
For 125 million pesos po for the fourth quarter of 2022.
So sinisingil na yan kay Vice President Duterte.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Aquino. Next to make his interjections is Senator Judge Pangilinan. You're recognized, sir. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer. Magandang umaga, Mr. Witness, Ginoong Mawil.
Wamil po.
Wamil.
Magandang umaga po, Your Honor.
Yes. Nabanggit nyo sa inyong testimonya kahapon at nung isang araw na yung tinatawag na supporting documents kasama dyan ay either sales invoice o official receipts. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me backtrack a bit. 10 years kang nasa ICFAO. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor. Almost 10 years po.
Okay. Without mentioning the agencies, ilang agencies na gobyerno ang na-audit mo tungkol sa confidential funds?
Marami na po. Pag sa NGAs po, parang nasa 30 plus na po yung na-audit ko. And sa LGUs, marami na rin po. Hindi ko na po mabilang kung ilang agencies
So,
na po yung
more
na-audit.
than 30.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Sa mga ahensya na ito, 30 ahensya, masasabi mo ba na nire-require din yung liquidation ng official receipts at ng sales invoice?
Yes po, Your Honor. Kasi yung requirement po ng circular ay ini-enforce po namin sa lahat ng agencies na ino-audit po namin.
So sa 2022, from December 21 to December 31, ilang sales invoice o kaya official receipt ang kasama dun sa mga liquidation report?
Wala po sinabit sa amin, Your Honor.
Ni isa.
Acknowledgement receipts lang po yung sinabit sa amin.
849 acknowledgement receipts, tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, ni isa dun sa mga ginastos, walang official receipt at walang sales invoice.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Sa karanasan mo sa 30 mga ahensya, masasabi mo ba na yung findings ninyo dito sa OVP ay similar o standard ba? O nangyayari rin yung ganong walang official receipt at walang sales invoice sa mga liquidation?
Yes po, Your Honor. Since sina-apply naman po namin uniformly yung provisions po ng Joint Circular 2015-01.
As in, puro AR ang sinasubmit ng ibang ahensya?
May mga agencies po na nagsasubmit naman ng OR po.
So, sa experience mo dun sa December 21 to 31, masasabi mo bang standard practice yan ng iba pang mga ahensyang iyong na-audit?
Hindi ko po siya masasabing in standard practice since ito po yung kauna-unang beses na puro AR po yung sinamit sa amin.
So, first time sa iyong 10 years na puro AR lang at walang sales invoice at walang official receipt.
Opo, at ganun po kadaming AR kaagad yung sinamit.
At 125 million, no? Na walang sales invoice at walang official receipt.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Doon naman sa usapin ng kung walang sales invoice at walang official receipt, masasabi mo ba na halimbawa yung sa medicines, talagang medicines ang ginasta?
Kung sinabit po sana sa amin yung official receipt po or sales invoice, masasabi po sana namin. Pero since AR lang po yung sinubmit, hindi po namin masasabi based on that document alone.
Kasi sinasabi nilang, total naman, just to wrap up, gamot naman yan eh. Di ba? Mabuti nga, bumibili ng gamot. Masasabi mo ba dun sa liquidation report nila na yung 122 million worth of medicines talagang medicines ang binili?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Okay. No further questions, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Pangilinan. Next, for his interjections will be Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. You are recognized, sir. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Testigo, tama po ba ang pagkarinig ko na sinabi niyo kanina under sa COA DBM Joint Circular Number 2015-01, hindi naman kailangan ilagay ang tunay na mga pangalan ng mga intel agents or informers na tumanggap ng intel o confidential funds sa OVP tulad ni na Mary Grace Piatos, Chippy McDonald, Mickey Mouse at iba pa? Is this correct?
Ang sinabi ko po, Your Honor, ay silent po yung circular as to that matter po.
Silent. So po pwede. Kung when we say kasi silent, pwede.
Hindi po, Your Honor. It is neither allowed nor prohibited po.
So, if this is not allowed or prohibited, bakit nang i-audit po ninyo ang confidential intelligence fund po ng OVP, hindi ninyo hiningi ang tunay na mga pagkakilanlan ni na Piatos, McDonald, Mickey Mouse at iba pa?
Katulad nga po nung sinabi ko sa aking previous testimony, ang focus po ng audit namin ay compliance audit. So, kung ano po yung provision ng circular, yun po yung ginagawa naming basis for our audit po.
Okay, compliance. When you say compliance, ito po ba periodic or random?
Yung compliance audit po kasi wala po siyang particular period kasi pag sinabing compliance audit, ina-evaluate po namin yung subject matter if it is compliant with the certain applicable laws, rules, and regulations.
But I'm saying every agency na meron pong intel or confidential funds, do they have to undergo audit periodically or random lang? Dahil marami po tayong ahensya ng gobyerno na may mga intelligence confidential fund na hindi naman dapat.
Ang audit po namin ay based dun sa liquidation documents po na sinasubmit nila.
Pero is it periodic ba? Kailangan bawat agency na i-liquidate niya yung kanya i-audit ninyo yung kanya paggastos ng intel or confidential fund?
Yes po, Your Honor. Yung kanilang kailangan...
So it's periodic, it's not random.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Kung kaduda-duda na po ang disbursement ng OVP, obvious naman, sabi niyo po, di po ba, yung mga medicines, mga pangalan ng tao, bakit hindi po ninyo pa sinampahan ang kaso sa ombudsman ng OVP?
Under our rules po, Your Honor, pwede lang namin siyang i-refer to the Office of the Ombudsman kapag nagkaroon ng final order at hindi po kinumply ni OVP yung order po.
Bakit? Nasaan na po ba yung order ngayon? Ano na po ang status? Ito mga findings nyo, 2023, 2024 pa ito, 2026 na po tayo ngayon.
Wala po akong personal knowledge about the status po since hindi na po ako connected sa ICFAO.
Okay, so dahil hindi ka na connected sa ICFAO, so wala ka ng pakialam kung ano na nangyari sa kaso na hinawakan mo.
Hindi naman po sa wala akong pakialam, pero yung mga ganyang bagay po kasi ay confidential na hindi naman ina-announce sa buong COA po.
Ayun. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo na alam at hindi mo rin alam kung bakit hindi kinasuhan or ni-refer sa ombudsman itong issue na ito.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. Next would be our distinguished Senate President, Senator Gatchalian. You are recognized, sir. You may proceed. When you're ready, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Witness, nakita ko dito, merong 6 na AOMs na in-issue. And meron dito sa 6, non-submission of documentary evidence of payment. Ito ba ay na-fulfill ba ito after nag-issue kayo ng AOM?
Based on sa mga na-issue ko po, since ang na-issue ko lang po na AOMs ay for the fourth quarter of 2022, first to second quarter of 2022 of the OBP, and first to second quarter 2022 of the OBP. Ang naabutan ko po lang po na may response na may kasamang documentary evidence of payments ay yung fourth quarter of 2022 po ng OBP.
Fourth quarter of 2022. At yun, diba kasi pag nag-issue kayo ng AOM, ang sagot normally is compliance, diba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yung compliant is fourth quarter of 2022 for this particular item in non-submission of DEP, documentary evidence of payment.
Yes po, Your Honor. Based on my personal knowledge po. Kasi yan lang po yung naabutan.
Ano yung kanilang submit para ma-fulfill itong non-submission of DEP?
Nag-submit po sila ng acknowledgement receipts po, Your Honor.
Ito yung mga acknowledgement receipt na pinakita ng counsel for the prosecution.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Nung sinabit sa inyo itong mga acknowledgement receipts, may mga pangalan nga nasabi ng ating mga senador. Vinalidate nyo ba kung itong mga pangalan na ito ay totoo o hindi?
Hindi po, Your Honor, kasi hindi po yan yung focus po ng audit namin.
So sige, go ahead.
Since what we do po is compliance audit. So ang naging focus po namin ay yung expenses po na based on the face of the acknowledgement receipts as well as yung date kung kailan binayad as well as yung amount po. Since binavalidate po namin siya based on the requirements of the Joint Circular 2015-01.
Binavalidate nyo ba kung yung pangalan ay totoong tao o hindi?
Hindi na po kasi hindi po yun yung focus ng audit po namin, Your Honor.
Nasabi mo rin kanina sa sagot mo na neither allowed or disallowed. Tama?
Neither allowed nor prohibited po.
Or prohibited ang paggamit ng alias.
Yes po, Your
Sa
Honor.
ibang mga agencies na enforcement agencies, ibang government agencies na gumagamit ng alias, pinapayagan ba o hindi?
Hindi naman po namin ma-determine based on the documents alone kung alias or not kasi wala naman po silang ina-attach na document na nagsasabing alias po yung nakalagay doon sa kanilang resibo.
Meron bang mga agencies na gumagamit ng alias?
Katulad po ng nasabi ko, Your Honor, hindi po namin ma-determine based on the document alone kung alias ba yun or not po.
Lalo na sa mga informant agencies yung gumagamit ng intelligence funds. I would assume na may mga cases na gumagamit sila ng aliases dahil nga mga informants. Meron ka bang ganyan na experience na sinabi sa inyo ng agencies na hindi nila ma-reveal yung totoong pangalan? Dahil hindi naman prohibited, di ba?
Opo, wala pa naman po akong experience, Your Honor.
So lahat ng mga ARs na merong ganitong source of information, totoong pangalan ang sinasabit nila.
Hindi, katulad po ng nasabi ko, wala po kaming way to determine since nakabase lang po kami on the face of the document as submitted po.
Okay, yung sa ibang mga agencies na nagsasubmit ng mga ganitong rewards, no? Nagbibigay ng information and rewards. Nakita ko dito merong rewards for medicine, rewards for various supplies. Ano siya, cash or medicine or in kind ang ibinibigay?
Based on those documents po, since nakalagay close and open parenthesis medicine, so medicine po yung binigay. And then yung isa po, payment of rewards, close and open parenthesis various goods. So various goods po yung binigay, Your Honor.
So ang ibig sabihin, may reward sila, hindi cash ang binigay, medicines at various supplies.
Based on the acknowledgement receipts po, yes po, Your Honor.
And that is allowed.
The joint circular naman po is, wala naman po siyang naka-specify kung paano nila babayaran yung rewards as long as yung requirements po nung circular ay fulfilled po.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Senate President. Next, for its interjections would be Senator Judge Joel Villanueva. You are recognized, sir. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witas, are you aware of ESI 100? It's International Standards of Supreme Audit Institutions.
I am aware po of ISAI pero yung specific po na 100 hindi ko po ma-recall, Your Honor.
Yeah, member po yung Pilipinas at they found on the word professional skepticism that requires an auditor to question records submitted but also to fairly consider yung agency's explanations and contrary evidence. Is that correct?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Para lang maintindihan natin, actual nyo po bang sinuri ang mga transaction? Ibig sabihin, isa-isa po ba itong ini-examine lahat? Gumagamit ba kayo ng sampling, piling transaction, yung sinusuri? Gumagamit ba kayo ng materiality threshold sa pagpili at evaluation nito?
Hindi po, Your Honor. Lahat po ng documents ay ini-evaluate po namin.
So lahat, meaning gusto kong maintindihan, dinutugmaan nyo po ba yung bawat transaction from original receipts, accomplishment reports at iba pa?
Yes po, Your Honor.
And how do you, hindi ko maintindihan, when you're purchasing an information, paano kung bibigyan ng official receipt?
Your Honor, kapag ang katulad nga po nung sinabi ko kanina, kailangan ng official receipts kapag binili po mismo from the supplier.
So ibig sabihin sa supplier lang, sa tao hindi kailangan ng resibo.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Malinaw po 'yon.
Pag sinabi pong resibo, OR po. Pero pag purchase of information, inaalaw po namin yung acknowledgement receipts po.
So you allow acknowledgement receipt dahil information yung binili, wala namang industriya na nagbibigay ng resibo for information that they're selling.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sa madaling salita po, yung findings po ba ninyo ay batay lamang sa deficiencies in the documents submitted o nakukumpirma nyo rin po na sa pamamagitan po ng inyong independent verification?
Ang audit po kasi namin ay document-based. So kung ano po yung nalalaman ng documents vis-a-vis yung provisions ng joint circular, yun po yung nagiging basis for our findings po.
So hanggang dun lang sa dokumento na ibinigay, wala na po kayong ibang ginagawa to go out of your way and do your independent findings.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Ngayon po, Mr. Wamil, Attorney Wamil, para malinaw po sa atin, kayo po ba mismo ang nag-audit nitong bawat transaction at naghanda ng initial findings o mayroon po kayong team?
Ako lang po, Your Honor.
At kayo lang po ang nagre-review nito bago maging final report?
Hindi po. Meron po akong division chief. Siya po yung nag-review, Your Honor.
At dun po sa proseso yun, ano-ano ho yung material findings, recommendations, and conclusions na maaring idinadagdag o inaalis o binabago ng inyong ino-audit? At bakit po?
Actually, yung laman po nung na-issue ng AOM, kinumpare ko po yun sa aking draft at parehas naman po.
Sorry. Pakiulit po.
Yung in-issue po namin na AOM po kasi, kinumpare ko po yun sa aking draft at parehas naman po yung substance nung AOM.
Mr. Ramil, from AOM to notice of discrepancy, suspension, I mean, and then notice of disallowance.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Ano po yung mga nabago dun?
Kapag AOM po kasi, parang nire-require po namin, based on the joint circular.
Sir, ang question ko po, ano po yung nabago? Ibig sabihin from AOM, nabago po, di ba? Kasi binanggit nyo sa kanila, ito yung hinahanap namin.
Yes,
Wala pa rin po. Nag-issue na ho kayo. Sa pangalawang stage, nag-issue na po kayo ng notice of suspension.
Yes, po,
Sa pangatlong stage, nag-issue na kayo ng notice of disallowance. Dun sa stages po na yon, marami po bang nagbago? Para ho kasing sinasabi natin dito, hindi pa rin po sila sumunod sa pangatlong pagkakataon, sa ikatlong stage.
Yes po, Your Honor. Actually, ang na-issue ko lang po ay hanggang notice of suspension, pero discuss ko na lang po din yung contents ng notice of suspension. Una po...
Sige po, from AOM to notice of suspension.
Ay, sige po.
Yes. I'm winding up, Mr. President. It's the same question that I'm asking because we don't want to talk about the notice of disallowance. From AOM to notice of suspension.
Okay po, Your Honor. Since nung nag-issue po kami ng AOM, wala pa silang documentary evidence of payments. So, sinabit lang po nila yung documentary evidence of payments sa ICFAO upon receipt na nila nung kanilang AOM. And then, dun po sa aming notice of suspension upon evaluation of their responses dun sa aming AOM at kasama na rin po dun yung documentary evidence of payments. So, doon na po namin nakita yung mga payment of rewards na cash, medicines, and in various goods. Tapos, nakita din po namin yung mga purchases nila na walang official receipts or sales invoice na supporting document. And then, yung mga date po ng payment ng kanilang acknowledgement receipts ay naka-date po ng December 2023 at yung iba po ay walang date. And then, Your Honor, may I be allowed po to refer to the NS for the...
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is very important because it shows that the agency were given chances, 3 stages para mag-submit ng hinihingi po ng ating COA.
Kindly wind up, Senator
Yes,
Judge
this is the last
Villanueva.
question, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you.
Yun po, Your Honor. Doon po sa NS po namin, nagkaroon din po kami ng findings na mas malaki yung amount nung kanilang expenditure based on the acknowledgement receipts compared to the accomplishment report ng 150.
Which was not present in the AOM.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Salamat po, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Villanueva. Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yeah.
Mr. Witness, para klaro po sa mga nanonood, kapag pinag-uusapan po yung confidential and intelligence funds, chinecheck pa rin po ng COA kung paano ginastos yung pera. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, so ibig sabihin, kahit confidential ang tawag sa confidential funds, kailangan busisiin pa rin yung pinagkagastosan. Tama po?
Yes po, Your Honor, kasi public funds po siya.
Kasi public funds. Okay. Ngayon, yung mga resibo na hinihingi nyo sa COA, again, para sa mga nanonood, para saan ba talaga yung mga resibong iyan?
Kailangan po kasi naming malaman kung talagang bumili po sila nung kanilang mga binili, Your Honor.
Okay. Kailangan malaman nyo kung talagang binili
Yes po.
yung sinabing ibinili.
Opo. At
So,
doon lang po namin makikita yun sa official receipt or sales invoice po.
Okay, OR o kaya sales invoice. At hindi lamang sa mga AR.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, unless nga para dun sa pagbili o pagpabayad ng information.
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, importante talaga na makapagsumite ng mga dokumento at resibo ng mga di umanong pinagkagastusan.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Sa kaso po ba ng OVP at ng DepEd, nakapagbigay po ba sila ng mga kompletong dokumento at resibo na hinihingi ng COA?
Ang paring period lang po na, sa pagkakalam ko na mayroong documentary evidence of payments based on may stay sa ICFAO o yung fourth quarter of 2022 at based po dun sa kanilang documentary evidence of payments for that period, wala po silang sinamit na official receipt or sales invoice, tanging mga acknowledgement receipts lang po.
Okay. So yung mga supporting documents na required, hindi ko po pwedeng tanungin kung kaagad nilang naibigay dahil hindi po naibigay yung ibang supporting documents.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Ni isa po within any time period after na dapat nilang sumitihin yan.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So, hindi ko rin kailangan tanungin kung kumpleto ba ang ibinigay dahil hindi ba kumpleto ang ibinigay nilang mga dokumento at resibo?
Pwedeng pa ulit po ng tanong.
Kumpleto ba o hindi kumpleto yung ibinigay nilang mga dokumento at resibo?
Hindi po kompleto, Your Honor.
Hindi kumpleto. Now, according to the joint circular, kailangan ng evidence of success for rewards payouts. So, itong tinatawag na evidence of success for rewards payments, naibigay po ba ito ng OVP?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Naibigay po ba ito ng DepEd?
Katulad nga po ng sinabi ko, yung sa OBP lang po yung may DEPs na naabutan ko.
Alright. Pero hindi po naibigay ng OVP yung evidence of success for reward payments.
Opo. Pero i-clarify ko lang din po, since ako po yung nag-initially evaluate noong first and second quarter ng DepEd, based po dun sa aking mga na-evaluate na documents, wala din po silang sinubmit na documentary evidence of payment. Documentary evidence na of success of the surveillance activities or information gathering activities po.
Okay. At sa simpleng salita, bakit importante itong evidence of success sa rewards payments?
Diyan po kasi malalaman kung valid ba yung naging payment nila ng rewards po.
So kasi dito sa acknowledgement receipt, makikita natin marami-rami po ito, no? Nakalagay na kapag claim sila ng reward. So huling tanong ko sa inyo, Mr. Witness, sa round na ito, ibig sabihin sa itong evidence of success for rewards payments, patunay na merong napala ang gobyerno sa mga operasyong iyan.
Yes po, Your Honor. Kaya po namin nire-require na i-submit po yan.
Alright. Salamat, Mr. Witness. Salamat po, Mr. Presiding
Thank you,
Officer.
Senator Judge Ontiveros. Before recognizing the Honorable Padilla, Chair, yes, Senator Lacson, after Senator Soto, I believe. Chair would like to inform the councils for the parties that you may take your seat unless a question is thrown at you by a Senator Judge so that you can relax. It goes for both parties.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your
Next to interpolate, Senator Judge Padilla. You may proceed when you're ready, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong tagapamahal ng hukom. Meron lang po ako mga tanong. Maiksi lang po ito. Saan po kayo pinanganak?
Sa Nueva Ecija po, Your Honor.
Nueva Ecija. Opo. Saan po kayo nakatira ngayon?
Sa Manila po.
Manila. Saan po kayo nag-aral?
Central Luzon State University po, ng accountancy, and then
Saan
Arellano po, University ng Juris Doctor po.
Okay. Saan po kayo nakaikot na sa bansa natin? Nakaikot na po ba kayo ng Mindanao, sa Bicol?
Marami na po akong naikutan, hindi ko na po maalala lahat, Sir.
Opo. Kayo po ba ay nakarating na sa BARM?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Opo. Saan po sa BARM? Sa Sulu? Sa Basilan? Maguindanao? Hindi po matandaan?
Hindi
Maubos
ko
po
po
yung oras ko.
matandaan, Your Honor, kung saan.
Bicol po. Nakaikot na po kayo sa Bicol?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Saan po sa Bicol? Sa Camarines Norte?
Sa Camarines Sur po.
Sur. Sa Norte, hindi pa po.
Hindi ko po maalala kung...
Nakaikot na po kayo sa mga bundok?
Saan po, Your Honor?
Mga bundok?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Nakita niyo na po ba ang pangangailangan ng mga tao sa malayong lugar, katulad ng gamot, Katulad po ng pagkain.
Wala naman po ako na-observe, Your Honor.
Ayun, wala. Hindi po kayo exposed. Exposed po ba kayo sa threat ng terrorism sa bansa natin? Nabalitaan niyo po ba ang ISIS, ang NPA, ang Abu Sayyaf? Exposed po ba kayo doon sa mga balita?
Sa news po, may
Sa
mga
news.
nabalitaan po ako, Your Honor.
Opo. Alam niyo po ba na kung gaano nakagrabe ang terrorism?
Wala po akong threshold, Your Honor, to determine that.
Wala po. Pero kayo po ang humahawak ng investigasyon patungkol sa confidential fund. Tama po ba?
Hindi po siya investigation, evaluation po.
Evaluation, nako, tama-tama. Ibig po sabihin, kahapon po, sinabi ninyo na gumawa lang kayo ng preliminary investigation. Tama po ba? Preliminary inquiry.
Hindi po, part po siya ng process namin na mag-issue po kami ng AOM.
Opo. So, ibig po sabihin, kahapon kasi narinig ko parang yung ginawa nyo, preliminary lang.
Yung AOM po, preliminary lang.
Opo, hindi po yun konklusyon.
Kung ang tinutukoy niyo po ay yung... Meron po kasing provision as to the joint circular as to tinatawag na prima facie.
Pakisagot na lang po kung conclusion ba po yun? Final?
Hindi po kasi we require
So, hindi po
them.
final.
Based
Boss,
on the AOM po.
konti lang po oras ko, hindi po final.
Sa AOM po, yung AOM po hindi pa final.
Hindi po final. Opo. Kayo po ba ay naniniwala na ang mga confidential agent ay dapat magpakilala? Sabihin ng kanilang mga totoong pangalan?
Wala pong provision as to that po sa joint circular, Your Honor.
Opo. Kayo po mismo, palagay niyo po, sa personal po ninyong pagkakaintindi, ang mga confidential agent dapat po bang magpakilala?
Since that calls for an opinion, hindi po ako authorized to express that, Your Honor.
Ano pong definition niya ng confidential?
Based on the joint circular po, ang confidential expenses ay yung...
Hindi po expenses, confidential lang po. Bilang kayo po ay abogado, ano pong pagkakaintindi niyo sa confidential?
Classified po, Your Honor.
Okay. Boss, sa next na lang po akong round.
Thank you, Senator
Salamat
Judge
po.
Padilla. You may avail of the second round. Next would be Senator Judge Marcos. You are recognized, ma'am. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Presiding Judge. Okay, kanina sinabi mo na hindi ka umabot doon sa notice of disallowance pero andun pa rin sa ICBAO nung na-release yung notice of suspension, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So, doon sa notice of suspension, katulad ng disallowance, nasabi mo, kahit wala ka na ron, you were made aware kasi nabalitaan mo, pinagbawal ba ng COA yung mga confidential expenses dahil peke o fictitious, gawa-gawa lang yung mga AR?
Anong pong notice yung tinutukoy niya po, Your Honor?
Doon sa mga AR ng OVP, meron bang sinabi na gawa-gawa lang, hindi tunay, peke?
Dahil hindi po yan yung focus ng audit namin, wala po may basis para magkaroon ng findings po doon sa mga sinasabi niyo.
So ang sagot, no. Walang sinasabi na fictitious yung AR. At doon sa AOM, pati sa suspension, ganun na rin sa ND, sinabi ba ng COA na yung AR and documentary evidence of payments, yung DEP, peke, falsipikado, huwad?
Since hindi po yan yung focus ng audit po namin, wala po kaming findings about that, Your Honor.
Sinabi ba doon na falsipikado yung DEP at saka yung AR? Na it was forged, kumbaga?
Wala pong ganong findings, Your Honor.
Wala rin, di ba? At doon sa mga pangalan ng mga recipient ng award, tama ba ako sa pagkaintindi na hindi rin sinita ng COA yung mga kakaibang pangalan tulad ng Mary Grace Piatos, Andy Lim, etc. Ang sinabi at binanggit talaga ng COA ay yung mga datos na hindi tumutugma. Tama ba?
Since what we did is compliance audit po at wala namang provision yung circular as to the use of aliases, yes po, wala po kaming findings
Kasi
about that.
sabi mo nga, neither allowed nor prohibited. Tama po. So, doon sa AOM at sa notice of suspension, the names of these reward recipients was never raised by COA. Di ba?
Yes po.
Tama. Dahil nangyayari talaga na kakaibang pangalan ang binibigay kapag confidential or intelligence fund. Kaya isa pang tanong ko, dun sa notice of suspension, pati na rin sa ND, ang pagkaintindi natin, final ba ito o hindi?
Kapag sinabi po kasing notice of disallowance under the joint circular, meron na pong obligation to restitute agad.
Tama, final siya sa COA. Pero kahit ang desisyon ng COA, pwedeng dalhin sa Supreme Court para maging pinal na pinal. Di po ba?
I-clarify ko lang po, kapag dumating na po kasi sa Supreme Court, ang tanging ground na lang po dyan ay grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction. So wala na pong kinalaman po yung factual matters.
Ganun nga, talaga naman na matters of fact, hindi naman rin na-raise sa Supreme Court, tama ka doon. Pero hindi pinal. Pwedeng dalhin sa Korte Suprema. At no point at this final.
I-clarify ko lang po, yung decision po ng COA to restitute ay hindi po apektado nung pag-file sa Supreme Court. So kahit mag-file po sila ng petition for certiorari sa Supreme Court, kailangan na po nilang ibalik kaagad kasi yung pendency po ng petition for certiorari, hindi po niya na-stay yung obligation to
Naintindihan
restitute.
natin yun, pero hindi pa tapos ang kaso. Pwede pang dalhin sa Korte Suprema, hindi po ba? At saka dun sa notice of suspension, balikan ko lang, was there a finding na ginamit sa pansarili yung mga confidential funds ng OVP?
That is a presumption po under the joint circular.
Misappropriated ba yun?
Kindly wrap up.
That is a presumption po. Hindi po kailangan directly sabihin kasi nagkaroon po ng presumption.
Pero hindi sinabi. Sa madaling sabi,
Pero dahil
wala
presumption
talagang
po siya, hindi po siya kailangan sabihin, Your Honor.
Naintindihan ko, pero wala doon. Is there a COA finding na ninakaw ang confidential funds doon sa various AOMs and notice? Meron bang sinasabi doon na ninakaw? It was stolen?
There is a prima facie evidence na nagamit po siya for personal use or benefit under the joint circular.
Kaya nga.
Kindly wrap up, Senator Judge Marcos.
Yes,
You're available
I
round
am
two.
done, but I have questions kung may second round.
There will be a round two, and I will register you, Senator Judge Marcos. Thank you. Senator Judge Ejercito is recognized. You may proceed, sir. And when you're ready, and you have 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Siguro dagdagan ko na lang din nun. Ito tayo tinatanong na rin yung tungkol doon sa mga paggamit ng mga alias sa ating mga senator judges. No? Dahil alam naman natin na kinakailangan din na lehitimong may pangangailangan na protektahan, no? Dahil nga confidential itong mga information. Ang sa ilalim ng Joint Circular number 2015, paano dapat maprotektahan ang pagkakakilanlan ng mga confidential informant?
Wala pong provision as to that, Your Honor. Kasi yung wala po namang requirement yung circular as to the pwede pa ulit po ng tanong, sorry.
Well, yung hindi kasi parang alam naman natin, no, dahil lalo na sa mga intelligence at saka yung mga activities, mga confi, ginagamit yung mga alias na nabanggit nyo rin kanina. Hindi ba pwedeng gamitin na lang halimbawa John Doe, Jane Doe o Juan de la Cruz kasi alam naman natin na bilang bibilit, bilang reward for information na syempre pinoproteksyonan din natin yung mga pinoproteksyon ng mga agencies yung identity no ng mga informants.
Ang masasabi ko lang po, Your Honor, wala naman pong provision as to the joint circular sa use ng aliases kasi silent po yung joint circular.
So tanggap yun. Halimbawa, nakita niyong medyo parang yung mga pangalan mukhang alias lang ay tinatanggap dahil pang-intelligence gathering.
We base lang po dun sa document submitted to us. So kung wala pong naka-indicate dun sa document submitted to us na alias po yun, hindi po namin malalaman, Your Honor.
Tapos meron ding dapat may coordination paggamit ng intelligence or confidential fund. May coordination with law enforcement agencies. Tama po ba?
Yes po, based on the joint circular po, Your Honor.
So doon po, tanong ko lang po, meron po bang o may nakita po ba kayong naganap na coordination with the agencies, no? Of course, yung PNP, AFP, PDEA at iba pa, NBI na ginawa ang halimbawa OVP in this case sa kanilang paggamit ng confidential funds para sa sinasabi nilang confidential programs.
Based on the documents submitted po sa ICFA, wala po, Your Honor.
Dahil sinasabi ng ng joint circular, kung di ako nagkakamali, na kailangan may proper coordination ang paggamit ng confidential funds with these law enforcement agencies.
Yes po, based po on the joint circular, Your Honor.
Isa ba ito sa mga findings ng COA sa IOM o sa audit observation memo or notice suspension or notice of disallowance na inilabas laban sa OVP, yung walang coordination?
wala po kaming naging findings about dyan, Your Honor.
Last, Mr. Presiding Officer, doon sa course ng iyong audit, Mr. Atty. Wamilo, did you see any evidence o may ebidensya ba kayo na si Vice President personally ang tuman sa Pondong Bayan ay sapat na? O upang matukoy kung may umiiral na pananagutang administratibo, civil o kriminal?
Under the joint circular po kasi, since si OBP po, si head of the agency po yung may responsibility to oversee kung paano gamitin yung confidential fund and to ensure yung compliance nila dun sa joint circular, then the accountable person din po si head of the agency, Your Honor.
So last question,
Kindly wind up.
Mr. President. Upang maging malinaw ang inyong testimonya nang sabihin ninyong wala kayong nakitang ebidensya na ang pangalawang Pangulo mismo ang tumanggap, nagpanatili o nakinabang sa confidential intelligence, inilahad lamang ba ninyo ang inyong audit findings at hindi kayo nagbibigay ng legal na konklusyon hinggil sa pagkakaroon ng kawalan ng pananagutan? Is it based on your audit findings or legal conclusion hinggil sa pagkakaroon ng liability?
Based po sa audit findings, Your Honor. Kasi nilalagay po namin yung persons accountable dun sa aming ini-issue po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Judge JV. Before recognizing Senator Judge Soto, Attorney Wamil, just on the point of Senator Judge Marcos, to clarify, the decision of COA with respect to any appeal is final, is executory but not final even if it is appealed before the Supreme Court, correct?
With respect to the obligation to restitute po, kahit magkaroon ng pendency ng petition for...
Attorney Wamil, listen to the question, please.
Okay,
It is,
Your Honor.
unless a TRO is issued by the Supreme Court, it is executory but the decision is not yet final. Would that be correct?
Yung decision po, final na, Your Honor. Kasi,
In-appeal nga sa Supreme Court, paano magiging final? Ikaw naman. A decision of the COA
executory na po, Your
appealed to
Honor.
the Supreme Court is executory unless a TRO is issued but is not yet final.
Yes po, Your Honor.
That is a correct statement.
Opo.
Thank you. Senator Judge Soto, you are recognized, sir. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. Witness. In your testimony, August 3, upon direct examination by the prosecution counsel, you were presented representative samples of selected forms. The question 845 acknowledged receipts, if I remember it right. Correct ba yun?
Yes po, Your Honor.
All right. Sinabi nyo na kayo ay gumawa ng observations doon sa mga acknowledgement receipts nito kung saan ilan dito ay pinagagamitan ng confidential funds ay hindi naaayon sa Joint Circular 2015-01. Ngunit may mga acknowledgement receipts according to how I recall it na wala naman kayong observations, ano?
Yes.
Sapagkat ang pinagamitan ng pondo ay naaayon sa nasabing circular. Tama ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Alright. Halimbawa, yung acknowledgement receipt ni Mary Grace Mary Grace Piatos na 70,000 for medicine, walang supporting documents. Kaya gumawa kayo ng observations.
Yes po,
Tapos
Your Honor.
yung doon naman kay acknowledgement receipt ni Janice Marie Trevilla, 70,000 at Patty Ting na 150,000. Wala kayong observations. Dahil ang pondo ay ginamit sa purchase of information na pinayagan o allowed ng nasabing circular. Tama ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
That's the way I recall it. All right. Okay, now, ito ngayon ang tanong ko. Out of these 845 acknowledgement receipts na pinag-uusapan sa kasong ito, ilan ang nagawa nyo ng observations dahilan sa kawalan ng supporting documents?
Hindi ko na po matiyak kung ilan yung exact number po, Your Honor.
Ilan ng, well then my next question will not be answered because tatanong ko ilan yung walang observations?
Pwede po ako mag-refer sa tabulation po, Your Honor.
Please.
You can refer to your tabulation table that was earlier marked. Assisting counsel, can you show him the previously marked evidence pertaining to his tabulation or summary? Assisting counsel for the respondent may also approach, should he so desire.
Your Honor, I'll have to count po since wala pong summary dito.
What do you mean? You have to count the 845.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Wala kang percentage man lang.
Since personal notes ko lang po ito, Your Honor, at raw tabulation lang po siya.
So you would not have a... Gano'ng katagal nga abutin niya kung bibilangin mo? Kasi my next question actually would be, magkano ang total noong meron kayong observations? At magkano yung wala?
If the chair may assist, Attorney Wamil, look at your notice of suspension. You may observation ka, I presume, pertains to those rewards, payment of goods and medicines that you made observations to and suggested to be suspended. So I presume it pertains to those ARs.
Yes po, Your Honor, pero amount lang po kasi yung naka-indicate po doon.
And the total is...
Sa 845, Mr. Presiding Officer, ilan ang total? Magkano yung total? Sa 845.
May I be allowed po to peruse po yung notice of suspension?
You
Your
may refer to it.
Papayag na kasi ko sa ballpark figure, basta't bigyan mo lang ako ng kasagutan. Anong total nung 845? Ano yun? 125 million?
Out of the 125 million, ilan po?
Your Honor, please.
Let's wait for the witness counsel to answer. He's referring to your marked exhibit, the notice of suspension. I believe it's on the first page, Attorney Wamil.
Sa first page po, with respect to the payment of rewards po, 59,787,000 pesos po, Your Honor. With other purchases naman po, umabot po siya ng around 15 million pesos, Your Honor.
So ilan yung walang observations? Wala kayong observations?
Bali, ang total po ng may observation namin ay around 75 million pesos po, Your Honor.
75 million sa may observations, so around 50 ang mga walang observations. Ganun ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
And all right, so that is for the 125.
Yes po, Your Honor.
I don't have any time anymore, so it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Soto. Senator Judge Lacson may proceed with his interjections when he's ready. You have 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good morning, Attorney Wamil.
Good morning po, Your Honor.
Kindly refresh my memory, no? Kasi ang pagkaalam ko, sa paggamit ng intelligence saka confidential fund, hindi lamang sa pinapayagan o hindi pinagbabawal ang paggamit ng alias, kundi necessity.
Yes.
For practical reasons, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
And idadivert lang yung totoong tao na sa likod ng mga alias kapag declassified na. o tapos na yung tinatawag na confidential or intelligence operations. Tama, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So ang tanong ko, wala ba kayong efforts na alamin kung sino yung mga nasa likod ng mga aliases na sinabit sa inyo?
Since document-based lang po kami, Your Honor, hindi na po. Wala na po kami.
Yan ang susunod yung tanong. Ano? Bakit paper audit lang kayo? Wala kayong physical? Parang bitin yung inyong pagsasagawa ng audit. Kasi paano nyo malalaman kung legitimate yung pumirma doon sa acknowledgement receipts kung hindi nyo inaalam kung meron bang totoong tao na nasa likod noong mga aliases na yon?
Opo. Since what we do po in ICFAO po is compliance audit lang po, Your Honor. So kung ano lang po talaga yung provisions na nasasaad dun sa joint circular, yun lang po talaga yung ginagawa namin, Your Honor.
That brings me to my next point. Baka pwedeng i-recommenda mo na i-amend nyo yung inyong JMC. Kasi parang bitin, no? In fairness to the concerned offices or persons na ino-audit, dapat kumpleto yung due process, hindi ba?
Yes,
Kasi kung paper lang, magre-rely lang kayo sa mga submission, hindi nyo inaalam, you don't go further than that, di ba? Anyway, wala ka naman doon hindi ka naman deputy commissioner pa o associate commissioner, so siguro, i-recommend mo na lang na i-amend yung inyong JMC. So my next question is, what would you consider as evidence of success of a particular surveillance operation and or intelligence information gathering activity? Ano yung evidence of success?
Actually, walang specific na documents yung sinasabi ng joint circular, pero nagbe-base po kami dun sa mismong wording po na dapat merong causal link between the successful intelligence or surveillance activities vis-a-vis yung information given by the informer.
Okay. Would an after surveillance report or after intelligence report ng particular na agent, would it suffice para i-consider yung evidence of success? I'm not referring to the entire operation. Kasi kapag nagsagawa ng surveillance, nagsasagawa ng after surveillance report, whether negative or positive, would you consider that as evidence of success?
Katulad po ng sinabi ko, tinitingnan po namin yung causal link. Kung may causal link between the success and the information given by
Yun ang
the
problema kasi bitin nga yung inyong audit. So I would reiterate, i-recommend mo na i-amend niyo yung inyong circular. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Lacson. Before proceeding to round two, Chair would like to make some interjections. Attorney Wamel, you read the notice of suspension earlier and you gave what amount again? Can you kindly give him a copy? Counsel for prosecutors? Uy, Anika, on meantime.
Sa payment of rewards po, yung total is 59,787,000 pesos po.
You're referring to page 1 of the December 13 notice of suspension that you prepared.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Can you total it again for me, please, sir?
The payment of rewards po.
I totaled it and your total is wrong. Kindly total the figures that you wrote there.
Yes, sir. It was a typo error po. 69,787,000 pesos.
Ang dami namang nagkamaling numero doon. From 59,787,000, ang tamang total is 69,837,000.
Yes po, Your Honor.
But the figure you mentioned earlier was what was written here. How did you know that it was wrong, a typo, and now you're giving us the correct figures?
Kasi yung 10 million po, Your Honor, hindi na-add dun sa total amount. 10 million po ng payment, reward payment.
Pangalawa po, yung subsequent issuances, binabanggit po 69 million na, pero yung detalye, hindi na po 10.5 million, 10 million na. Ano ba talaga?
Can you repeat your question po, Your Honor? Sorry.
Nakalagay po dyan 10.5 million, 10.05 million. Hindi po ba yung rewards? Yung
Yes
reward
po.
payment? Yung subsequent documents issued by COA already referred to it as only 10 million. Anong pagkakaiba yun?
What subsequent document po, Your Honor, yung tinutukoy niyo?
I'm referring to the notice of disallowance later on and the documents mentioned also in subsequent articles, in subsequent documents.
Wala na po akong personal knowledge about the notice of disallowance po, Your Honor.
So ba't na-correct yun? Yung 10 million, yung 10.05 naging 10 million na lang. You wouldn't know?
I wouldn't know po, Your Honor.
In relation to the question of Senator Judge Soto, he said how much is the total that were provided for. You gave a total. In relation to the question of Senator Judge Villanueva, ano ba yung pinakaiba? Correct me if I'm wrong. You said you were aware of a notice of disallowance.
Yes po.
How much was the notice of disallowance? Ano yung dinisallow out of the 125?
Sa pagkakalala ko, around 73 million pesos po, Your Honor.
So out of 125 million, 73 million lang yung finally dinisallow ng COA dun sa notice of disallowance. Yung balance, inokay niya.
Ang makakasagot po niya, Your Honor, yung next witness po.
No, if you're familiar with the notices of disallowance, you testified, Attorney Wamil, that AOM, notice of suspension, notice of disallowance. So sa dulo, pag iba na yung amount na nakalagay doon, marami nagtanong kanina, yung dinisallow lang ultimately is only 73.287 million. Posibleng magbago talaga yun, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So yung AOM mo, yung kabuuan ng 125, yung AOM mo pangalawa, kabuuan ng 125, yung notice of disallowance mo, ay notice of suspension mo, kabuuan ng 125, pero posibleng iba na ang amount ng notice of disallowance rather.
Yes po, depending on the evaluation po kasi yun nung nag-audit po.
Now, one final question for this round as well. Let's focus on the failure to liquidate and notice of demand. Yung AOM po ba may failure to liquidate na at notice of demand na? Wala pa. I'm citing paragraph 8.3 of the IJMC.
Kapag AOM po kasi,
yes or no?
Wala pa po. Yung AOM po kasi yung parang kinukonsider namin as demand po, Your Honor.
So, saan po nakalagay sa AOM na may demand kayo?
Kasi ni-require po namin sila na to comply with the submission po of the documents.
Attorney Wamil, there is a big difference because your notice of suspension, does it include the demand?
Pardon, Your Honor.
Does the notice of suspension include a demand to pay?
Wala pa po, Your Honor.
Isn't it correct na nandun lang sa notice of disallowance yun?
Based on the joint circular po, doon
Yes.
po ni-require po na mag-restitute.
Sa notice of disallowance na?
Yes.
Wala sa AOM, walang demand sa notice of suspension, sa notice of disallowance.
The demand to pay po, yes,
Yes.
Your Honor.
So, when will the presumption come in? Under paragraph 8.3. Kung wala pang failure to liquidate, dahil hindi pa final, kung wala pa yung demand until notice of disallowance na hindi pa final, kailan po papasok yung presumption o prima facie dun sa 8.3?
Ang wording po kasi nung 8.3, Your Honor, failure to liquidate. So kasama po doon yung failure to submit the documents. Hindi po kasama yung failure to pay kung ano man po yung dinedemand.
Nakalagay po doon, failure to liquidate upon demand.
Yes po. So ang sinasabi po doon ay isubmit yung complete documents with the ICPAW.
So, pag hiningi nyo at hindi pa nasasubmit, failure na yun sa palagay mo?
Yes sir, kasi ang sabi lang naman po is upon demand na hindi sila nakapag-liquidate po.
That is your interpretation, sir, correct? That is not found in the GMC.
Ang binibase ko lang po dun sa provision po ng GMC, Your Honor.
Sa interpretation mo nga ng GMC.
Yes po, Your Honor.
To avail of round 2, Senator Judge Pangilinan. Thank you, Attorney Wamil.